dia tudo parou quando a Chelsea chegou pra nos conquistar, ela nem demorou. Todo mundo só tá pedindo mais vídeos. Vem ver pra dizeres que teu dia animou. Man, we're watching Chelsea, we're watching Chelsea, yeah, we're watching Chelsea, we're watching Chelsea. And she's always fun, and that's what we live for. And all of these people been asking for more.
What up, Z fam? I'm back with another video. If you're new, welcome to the channel. I'm Shelzia. So today I'm doing a Q&A. I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram and some of y'all did. Let's get into it. I don't want to make this video long. Let's start this video. Okay, so first question. I'm gonna start like from the beginning, like the first question that I was asked.
How has your experience been with braces? Was it painful when you first got it?
So the first day was definitely weird and different. Like I couldn't close my mouth, I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat for a whole month, but like I'm talking about the first day. It was very painful. The first day, no. The first day wasn't painful. The second day was very painful. And I actually like having braces, but it was definitely very hard at the beginning, and I couldn't eat for a whole month. Like nobody wants that. Like I like having braces, but I feel like I kind of miss not having them because I could eat whatever I wanted, and now I kind of can't. But it's nice. It's a nice experience. I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you guys can hear me. I can be loud, guys. I'm sorry.
Last film you watched, and have you ever cried at a film?
Like all I do is cry in this life, so yes, I've definitely cried in a lot of movies. Don't even remember because I watch a lot of movies, but the last one, it was probably Spider-Man No Way Home. If I'm not mistaken, I think I cried in that movie too.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I love this question. I definitely see myself like happy and successful. First of all, I want to like go back to like singing and stuff, so I see myself like having recorded at least like 2 albums in 5 years, because I love singing, guys. Like I really do. And I want to be married because I'm 23 right now. In 5 years I'm gonna be 29 because I'm gonna turn 24 this year. So yeah, I want to be married because I want to get married when I'm like 28. I know it's weird that I have an age for that, but it's actually the truth. And I kind of want to like write a book telling my story. I feel like I have so much to tell people. Like I lost my dad when I was 3 years old, and like I was raised by an independent woman, and like I really want to like share that with the world. I don't think like I'm gonna be like a writer, like I'm gonna be writing a lot of books and stuff like that. I just want to write like that one book, and like yeah. So yeah, and I see myself happy. I really want to be happy, and I am happy, thank God. And kind of like want to do something big with conservation. Like I want to be a part of like a huge project that actually like protects animals, you know, because y'all know already that I'm very passionate about wildlife, and it's kind of crazy how like people actually like give value when they're about to like lose something. Like with rhinos, nobody cared about rhinos until now that they're like almost extinct, you know. So if I could like do something to like actually protect wildlife, and I don't know, like I really want to do that, to like be a part of something big, and I have to start now and like look for like something that I can do to actually say that like I help to protect like wildlife, you know. For me, if you can make money out of something that you love doing, that's like a win in life. By the way, there's a question about this. So the person that asked this definitely knows me, so she probably forgot like how I am and everything. Because how can you ask me, do you still want to work in an environment? Of course I want to work in an environment. That's like what I love to do in life. And yeah, I kind of like answered that question like with the previous question. So yeah, I hope I did. Next question.
Travis Scott or A$AP Rocky?
First of all, I don't think A$AP Rocky is all that. Like, don't even ask me that. Like Travis Scott or A$AP Rocky. Like, Travis Scott. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Travis Scott all the way. Cause like A$AP Rocky, the only song that I know of A$AP Rocky is Fashion Killer. Like, no.
Como foi o teu encontro com Deus?
Meu encontro com Deus foi muito, muito, muito especial. E é assim, vou tentar ser um pouquinho rápida, mas eu não sei se eu vou conseguir. Mas eu não sei se acreditava em Deus quando eu era mais nova. Tipo, eu aceitava que existia um Deus porque as pessoas diziam que existia um Deus e porque, né, minha mãe e meu pai iam para a igreja católica e nós então também éramos católicos e eu não acreditava em Deus. Eu não sei, eu acho que acreditava, mas era porque as pessoas diziam que existia um Deus. Tipo, minha mãe dizia que existia Deus e dizia que nós tínhamos que ir para a catequese. Na catequese diziam que existia Deus e que Deus fez isto e aquilo. E eu ficava tipo, oh, ok, então existe um Deus, né? E um dia minha mãe foi para uma igreja evangélica. Ela convidou-me para essa igreja. Não, ela convidou-me para um encontro com Deus, que é assim como chamam. E então, nesse encontro com Deus, pela primeira vez, eu senti a presença de Deus. Não foi preciso alguém me dizer que existe um Deus, porque eu senti. Então, não passei a acreditar na existência dele, porque alguém falou-me dele, alguém disse que ele existe, mas passei a acreditar por causa daquilo que eu senti naquele encontro com Deus, que estava ali um pastor a falar sobre Deus, a falar de como Deus olha para mim, e aquilo mexeu comigo de uma forma muito intensa e senti algo inexplicável, que de verdade se tentarem pedir para eu descrever, eu não ia saber descrever. Eu lembro que chorei muito nesse encontro, porque eu senti-me muito amada por alguém que eu pensei que não existisse e que na verdade existe. E agora eu estou a falar disto e eu estou tipo, damn, like, girl. Because I feel like eu distanciei-me muito de Deus nos últimos tempos. Tem acontecido várias coisas na minha vida que me puseram um pouquinho distante de Deus. Mas tipo, obrigada pela pessoa que perguntou-me isto, porque é uma coisa para fazer refletir, tipo, you kind of have to like go back, but like, meu encontro com Deus foi muito... Gente, que isso? Você não vai chorar no YouTube. Você não vai fazer isso. Foi muito, muito especial. And there's definitely a God. Nobody told me. I felt his presence, you know? It was pretty special. And when I tell you I'm a crybaby, I'm not kidding. Like, this is not cool. I hate this. But yeah, I don't know if I answered. Meu encontro com Deus foi tipo muito especial mesmo. Tipo, muito, muito especial. Eu lembro que até houve um momento que o pastor abraçou-me. Tipo, eu senti como se Deus tivesse abraçado. E a cantar, tipo, no meu ouvido, like, filha, I love you. And you're not alone. You're never alone. You've never been alone. I was always there with you. And now that she said yes, vamos lá viver, like, amazing things together. That's how I felt, and I definitely lived amazing things when I was like closer to God. Even now, like, I know that like everything that happens in my life, tipo, é tudo graças a Deus. Sorry. Like, tudo, literalmente tudo. Tipo, até nas pequenas coisas que, like, I remember, like, on Saturday, I was like, yo, I really want to eat cake. So, eu queria mesmo muito comer bolo. Eu fui pra casa de uma amiga no sábado e, tipo, comi muitas coisas, mas não comi bolo. E, tipo, voltei e, tipo, minha mãe, ela não sabia que nós queríamos bolo. E depois ela volta com um takeaway com bolo. I was like... And it's the smallest things, and that's how I live my life. Like, I see God in everything, because I know, like, he knew that my child wants cake, and I'm gonna give cake to this child. Like, I love her so much, and I'm gonna give her cake. Next question, please, and thank you. I have to, like, go back to God. Like, this is not okay. Not that I'm now with God. Like, I have to be closer to God, because I was like, me and God, we were like this. Now we kind of like this.
Quais são os teus maiores sonhos e medo?
Y'all are trying to put me in my feelings. So my biggest dream is to sing. You already know, period. Another dream, I really want to travel the world. Like, I love traveling. I haven't traveled because I'm poor, but that's gonna change in the name of Jesus. So yeah, traveling and having, like, I know this is cliche, but I really want like a beautiful family, you know? Like the kind of family that people look and be like, damn, I want that for me, you know? Because we kind of live in a world where we're like, yeah, whatever, like he cheats on you, that's normal. As long as he doesn't show you, as long as he like puts you first, like you're the first, you're the main one and stuff like that. I don't want that. I want a man who loves me and only me and respects me enough to not go and have somebody else and stuff. Like, I want him to like look at me and be like, okay, like I love her so much and like she's enough for me, you know? I want to have like beautiful kids that are healthy and love the Lord, and like I want that kind of family that we laugh all the time, and like of course we're gonna fight sometimes, but like we have like dinner together and we talk about everything, and like they're not scared of me, they're not scared of their father. We talk about literally everything because I feel like I talk about everything with my mother. Like I want to have that with my kids. Like I want them to like feel free to like tell me anything and everything. And yeah, man, if they could sing too, that'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, those are my dreams. To sing, to have a beautiful family, and to travel the world. First with my hubby alone, because I don't want to have kids until I'm like 33 or something. And then with my kids, you know. Diera once said something like that, like I want to like travel the world with the love of my life and then show the world to our kids. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I want to do.
Qual é o meu maior medo?
Okay, so o meu maior medo é perder pessoas que eu amo, porque eu já perdi meu pai. And it's a feeling that like I don't want to feel. Next question.
Solteira, namorando, casada?
Okay, so do y'all see a ring here? Do y'all see a ring? Of course I'm single. Y'all don't see any ring. I'm single. My ID says I'm single, and I am a single person. Next question.
Em quem te inspiras?
First of all, Jesus, because we are supposed to be like Jesus. It's very hard, but we should try and be like him. We should try and be like Jesus. And my mom.
What do you enjoy doing the most besides filming and editing your YouTube videos?
This person obviously knows me. He already knows that I love filming and editing my YouTube videos. So if you didn't know that, now you do. Like if I start recording and like editing, I feel good because I love seeing myself. Is that weird? I love seeing myself. And like when I edit, like I love like, I don't know, it's just editing and seeing myself and like laughing like, hi, Shelby. But like I love filming because I love talking to y'all. I love singing. I love being around people that bring out the best of me, because there's people who like kind of like suck your energy and kind of make you be the worst version of yourself. I love being around people who like make me be the best version of myself. And people who are like me, who are like, woo, 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 woo. I love being with people like that. People who love to laugh and like make jokes. Even like, because not everybody's like that, like woo, woo, I don't know what. But like people who like can sit with you and like have like deep convos that like, you're like, damn, you think like that? I like you. I love that, you know? I really value like relationships and like quality moments. Like I am a person who's kind of like, that's my love language. I love quality time. Nowadays a lot of people think that like, oh, like, you know, like you don't need to be around your people, like your friends all the time to like prove that you guys are really friends, because like everybody's busy. So yeah, we can say like even for like 2 months without speaking, and then we see each other and everything is fine and everything is okay, and yeah, da, da, da. And for me it's kind of like, no, I'm the opposite. Like, I want to like meet up, I want to like hang out, and I want to like do stuff, and I want to like see you, and I want to like make memories with you, because I don't even know if I'm gonna be here forever. And you don't, I mean, I'm not even, I don't know, I'm not gonna be here forever. I don't know when I'm gonna be gone. I don't know when you're gonna be gone. So like, while we're here, I want to like see you. I want to like have quality time with you. I am like that. I'm very like, let's meet up. Like, I'm the one who like calls people like, yo, I miss you. And I hate, like, I've never shared, like, people love to share that, like, oh, you don't have to like talk every day, and you don't. But like, it's very important to like keep that connection alive, because yes, you might like not talk to somebody and still like be the same when you guys meet up, but not with everybody. Maybe out of like 5 people that you do that, you might still be okay with 2, and not with all of them. That's like 3 friends that you lost. So yeah, I've lost like a lot of friends, like a lot of friends, not because of that, but like now the friends that I have, I value a lot, because I don't have a lot, you know? Like, those that are here are like real friends. And so yeah, I want to meet up, and I want to see you, and I want to like have quality time with you, period. I love like being in like a national park or like any conservation area, and like just contemplating like nature. I love stargazing. I love watching the sunset. Guys, I'm sorry, I love watching the sunset. I love stargazing. I love just looking at wildlife and beautiful views. I love being at the beach and just looking at the beach and just being there and enjoying that and feeling all of that. I love all of that. So that's what I love doing. I love eating. How can I forget eating? I love eating. I love dancing, even though I'm not the best dancer. Like, I love dancing. Okay.
Why not start creating traveling content? I would love to see you becoming a traveler influencer.
Baby, me too. Me too. But I don't have the money. But I promise you, when I do have the money, I'm gonna do that, okay? Like, I promise you. I promise. Period. And I really want to like do that. I was offered during New Year's Eve, like somebody was gonna pay me to do that, like to do what I did in one of my videos. I don't know, like the tour thing, I don't know. And I refused. Yeah. I mean, I didn't. Like, the offer still stands, because I was about to go to Nampula with my mom, and I didn't. I ended up not going with her because I wanted like woo, like a good vibe with my friends and stuff. So I ended up going with my friends. I don't know if that was the best decision. Right now I'm like rethinking the whole thing. I'm just kidding. I really want to do it, you know, but when am I gonna do that? Anyways, this video is long AF. Oh my god. I completely forgot to make an outro, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to share with everyone, like, comment, and subscribe. You already know the drill. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.